Okay, we've got kind of a dirty pickup here, and I want to start to assemble the electronics into the guitar. So what we're going to do is take a screwdriver, and a lot of times I would just like to basically disassemble this, but it's really not that bad. So what we're going to do is, rather than have the doctor go into full-fledged surgery, we're just going to put a band-aid on it a little, I guess, rather than get the gauze out. Okay, now I picked that pickup into the ring, and being that it's going to be a neck pickup, you're really not going to see all of this dirt around in here. But what we're going to do is we're just going to spritz this very lightly. You can see there's a lot of corrosion on there. There's really not a whole lot I'm going to be able to do about that. But we are going to spritz a little bit on there, and we're going to clean this up the best we can. Make it look pretty again. Actually, it looked a lot better. Surprised again. A lot of components on this guitar I thought we were going to have some major issues with, and it's really cleaning up quite well. We're just going to go around and get that pickup ring, that hanger, nice and clean. Okay. Now, just to make sure, what I want to do is just take a little bit of that rag and just move it right around that tape that holds your bobbins together. And this is the kind of thing that's going to make this guitar look like it's never been sitting around. Yes, it's a little bit worn, it's a little bit used, but we don't want it to look like it's been sitting around doing nothing. We want it to look like it's been played a lot and had seen better days. Okay, that cleaned up pretty good. Now I've done the liberty of actually taking the other two pickups that came out of this guitar and cleaning them. So what we want to do now is we want to thread the wire through and get the pickups back into the body. So let's slide this forward. And every guitar is a little bit different, and what you want to do is just kind of look, I'll just want to spin this down a little bit, and then I'm going to bring the guitar body up and kind of show you where the holes are for the lead wires to go through. Okay, that looks good. Now, you're going to have to bear with me on this one. If we flip this around, excuse me, and you look, that's where your pickup goes. You've got a hole right here, and that's going to shove that wire through here and into your back cavity. If you look at this one, it's going to come through under your humbucker and through the same hole as your bridge humbucker. So this is what we're going to be dealing with. I want to spin this around and get it back up and have the neck supported. And now we're solid. So what we want to do now is take this pickup wire, feed it in. Okay, and then once you get it right here, let's just support that pickup. Make sure that that wire came out. Okay, once that's done, we can then secure that pickup and ring in position with the screws. Again, the little trick so you get control of that screw. And you want to keep these loose right off the bat. I don't want you guys tightening one down and then trying to line the other three up. You want to get all four in, and then you want to go back and tighten them down. This is going to help you by getting everything centered, and you're not going to strip out any of the threads. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to snug that one. Snug that one. Snug. Snug. Okay, so we got one pickup in. The next one is going to be a little bit of a challenge because remember we have the two springs and we have to feed that wire. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this spring off. I'm going to feed this wire just through here. And then I'm going to put this spring back on. And hopefully we can line this up the first time. These are kind of a challenge, so it might take you a couple of swings to get it in. I've done a bunch of these and I get lucky a lot, so that is with guitars, that is. And just kind of move it around a little bit. Once you get that started, go to the other side and try and find that original spot that that pickup went in. Sometimes you got to kind of jostle it around a little bit. There we go. Okay, so it's technically in, and the wire's through. Let's bring that down a little bit. Sometimes you're going to have this where the springs are going to pop out on you, and it can get kind of frustrating. It's kind of like riding a bike. Once you got it figured out and you know where your fingers and your hands have to be, and it's not so hard the next time that you do it. Okay, now that this is through here, we can just drop that through that hole in the humbucker, and we're going to lay that in just like this, and then we just want to make sure that that pickup comes out. That pickup wire comes out. Okay. Last one's going to go in. And that goes in just like the other humbucker. It's the hole that's right there. Plain and simple. We'll just pop that through. And then while you're doing this, just make sure that the other pickup wire clears. It should drop all the way in without any hassles. If you find that something's getting in the way or whatever, you're going to want to move the wires around a little bit and make sure that nothing comes in contact with each other, or that your pickup hardware is I don't know, chafing the wire, so to speak. Because anytime you get a wire that's bare, you're going to have grounding problems, you're going to have sound issues. And to do all this work and then have to go back and tear the guitar apart to try and figure out and troubleshoot, it's kind of a bummer. You know, you do all this work and you want it to work the first time out. And again, start all 4 screws. And once you got the 4 in, you know you got it solid in without stripping anything, go ahead and secure them down. Okay. Now I'm kind of wondering what it used to look like, because it's coming around pretty good, and I kind of want to see the before picture, seeing as we're in the heat of battle. But your pickups are now back in the guitar. All the wiring is sitting back waiting to get wired up, and on to the next step.